So biofeedback is actually a really simple idea. Most of us spend our lives feeling very stressed out, and when we're stressed out, our bodies have the fight or flight reaction, which is something many of you may be familiar with. Biofeedback teaches you how to engage your relaxation response. So you have your sympathetic nervous system. I want you to think about that like the gas pedal. That's what helps you feel stress when your heart's racing, your breath is faster, your muscles are ready to fight or flee. And then on the other side, you have your parasympathetic nervous system or your braking system. In a healthy person, both of these are equal, and in somebody who has too much stress or who has anxiety or chronic pain, what we find is that their gas pedal, their sympathetic nervous system, has gotten too strong, and the parasympathetic nervous system hasn't been exercised enough. And so biofeedback trains you how to make your braking system stronger, to bring it back into balance. As I mentioned a moment ago, biofeedback can be helpful for a lot of people, particularly anyone who has a stress-related illness or disorder. So people who have things like anxiety, generalized anxiety, post-traumatic stress disorder, mood disorders such as depression, even things, as I mentioned a moment ago, like chronic pain, IBS, any kind of gastrointestinal concerns, headaches. The number of things that our stress impacts in our body is almost limitless. So every time that you exercise with biofeedback, making your relaxation response stronger, strengthening your nervous system, you will bring yourself into a greater state of balance and wellness. Another question that I get is, how long does it take? Well, just like with any kind of treatment, it depends on the person. So each session can be anywhere between half an hour to an hour long, and then we would do this over the course of several weeks. Most people might expect to see between 6 to 12 sessions for biofeedback, which is shorter than your traditional psychotherapy or talk therapy. So what sort of equipment can you expect to see in a biofeedback session? Let me show you some of the tools that I use. Most of the things that I carry fit in this little bag, but then I also, as you can see, have a television monitor behind me. Depending on which office you come into, I might use a full television or 2 computer screens. So let me introduce you. One of the first things that you might see is that I'll put on a respiration belt. All this is a belt that ties around your waist, and it has sensors right in here, and this helps me track your breathing rate. Especially with people who have anxiety, what we notice is they're breathing a little bit too quickly, and so we need to teach them how to slow it down. One of the other things that you might notice is I might put one of these on your finger. Most people who've been to the doctor's office or a hospital have seen something like this, and it just measures your pulse just with the tip of your finger. Now these are sensors, and they connect to this particular wire right here. If you are somebody that holds your muscles too tight, or you find that you might squish your face up or something like that, what I might do is connect these there, and then I'll put them on various muscle groups throughout your body, and this will just record how tight those muscles are and help us teach you how to relax them on command. One of the other things that you might notice is that I might have you hold this little cord right here. This is just a thermometer, much like you would use to take your body temperature anywhere else, except for I would put it on a finger. And when people get anxious or nervous, or they're starting to have a stress response, what we notice is that their hands get very cold. And learning how to reduce that process is one of the ways that we can teach you how to engage your relaxation response. So that's pretty much it. Let me show you a demo. All right, so what I'd like to show you now is what it looks like to have somebody hooked in. What you'll see right here is a respiration belt. It goes all the way around the person's body. And then right here on the forearm, see, that's the clip that I showed you that measures pulse. And then turn around, please. On the back, what you'll see are the sensors that I've shown you earlier. Now right here, I'm going to show you, this is on the upper trapezius muscle. These are the sensors that are going to actually measure how tight his muscles are. And then up here I have a ground, and that's just to make sure that the signal is grounded. All the cords come over here. I've got it taped just so he has some mobility. And then everything goes down into this little box right here. And this is my Nexus system. It's very small. It's the size of, I don't know, probably old school large pager, maybe a little bit bigger than that. And then what I'm going to do is have Zach go ahead and sit down. So now I have him sitting down, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how a session might look once you're engaging in biofeedback training. So I'm going to get him started, and what he's doing right now is working on heart rate variability. And as he brings more balance into his system, he's able to move puzzle pieces in place. And he does this by controlling his breathing rate. See, the puzzle pieces stop whenever he's gone below the threshold that I've set for him. And as he gets his heart and breathing back into sync, it will start going again. There it is. Alright, this is the M-Wave system. It is another system that I might use during biofeedback training. It's a little bit simpler in the hookup. You'll see right here it's just connected to the ear, and this is going to measure his pulse. And then he again is going to control his breath and use his pulse to play the games. So I'm going to have him do one of these games. Let's see, let's do the garden game. And then as he gets his body in sync, you'll notice that this starts to change. This one is one of most of my clients' favorite. It's a video game that you use, and as you get your heart rate in sync with your respiration, you actually can steer and get your jet ski to go all the way around with a race. Woo! Nailed it. Woohoo! Thank you for watching this intro into biofeedback video. I hope you found it helpful. If you would like to know anything more about biofeedback, what it might be able to do for you, or any of the services offered at Marrero Psychology, please feel free to give me a call or go to my website at marreropsychology.com. Thanks, and take care.